The next item is a request to adopt a resolution titled Per Capita Plan for Fiscal Year 2017 to 2021, which was adopted by General Tribal Council on June 13, 2016. I have questions regarding this item. It hasn't been my understanding that if General Tribal Council approves something, we don't need to approve it, but if we approve something, it can go to General Tribal Council. And the other thing is, there is an item later on the agenda that's asking for a declaratory ruling on the actions taken at the June 13th meeting. And I'm also referring that this be deferred for a legal opinion by an outside attorney. I think the procedural issues regarding the June 13 action need to be addressed. So I think this item should be deferred at a minimum. Joanne?
That under the per capita law, a per capita is adopted by a resolution. The current per capita plan that we're paying the last one out was adopted by motion of the General Tribal Council. The Business Committee ratified that motion by a resolution in order to conform to the per capita law itself. This is the same action that's occurring. This resolution simply conforms to the per capita law by a resolution.
I understand that when we do our revenue allocation plans that there are resolutions that accompany this. Again, my concern is that on June 13th, General Tribal Council took action to approve a $2,000 payment to the membership for 5 years. And then there was also an adjoining amendment for $1,300 for 3 years. So I think there is a contradiction here between the amendment and the main motion, and therefore I don't think this is ready for adoption at this point in time. There's no need to do it today. There's no reason why it can't wait and be deferred until we get the declaratory ruling that's on the agenda later. And if that doesn't suffice, I am also going to be looking for an outside legal opinion based on the procedural aspects of the decision that was conducted at the GTC meeting. I'm not questioning the per capita, I'm not questioning the amount, I'm not questioning the years, I'm questioning procedural irregularities, and I think that needs to be very clear.
Okay, so if that's the case that you just pointed out, that you're not questioning the years or the amount, then I think we can proceed, because all we're doing here is trying to make sure that we're in compliance with the per capita law, and so that we can begin other processes as we need to do them, whether it's waiting for the ruling or other things. We can always go back and rescind this resolution if it's necessary. So with that, I'm going to make a motion to adopt BC resolution titled Implementing Per Capita Plan for Fiscal Year 2017 to Fiscal Year 2021, adopted by General Tribal Council on June 13, 2016.
Second.
There's a motion by Lisa, seconded by Brandon, to adopt the implementation of per capita plan for fiscal year 17 to 2021, adopted by General Tribal Council on June 13, 2016. That is the motion, and I don't believe it's appropriate to move forward on this, and that is for the record. My statements for the record will be entered regardless of how the outcome of this vote is. And again, this is a plan for 2017 to 21, and it's not clear because the main motion was for 5 years at $2,000, and in here it's saying it's going to be $1,300 instead of $2,000. So I think there are some contradictions here, and I don't think this is ready to move forward. So I'm going to ask for a ruling if I can call this out of order, because that is my next step. And it's based on the content of the resolution and based on the irregularities and the contradictions between the motion and the amendments that were made on June 13th. So Joanne?
I think the question is whether or not the resolution is in order in front of the Business Committee. There are two issues involved in this. One is carrying out the directives of the General Tribal Council. This, as the chairwoman has pointed out, is not the issue. The issue is the process, the procedures by which the General Tribal Council took action. Based on that, the resolution would be in order. However, pardon me, it is the discretion of the chairwoman to determine that this resolution would be out of order. Since I believe there is a sufficient amount of gray area in this, it is not a black and white decision.
Thank you, Joanne. Any questions or comments from the committee at this time? If not, I'm going to go to the floor.
Can you just state your decision then for the record, please?
Based on what Joanne said, she said it is my discretion to call it out of order due to the gray areas. And again, I think due to the uncertainty of what the outcome of the June 13th, because the main motion is the main motion, and the main motion was 2,000 for 5 years. That stands. And if there's an amendment that's contradictory, then we're not ready to move forward unless we're going to pay 2,000 plus 1,300. And I don't think that was the intent of the floor on that day. And I think from a procedural standpoint, this needs to be addressed, and it's not clear. It is just totally not clear. A main motion passes, the entirety of the main motion passes along with its amendments.
Madam Chair, then,
So,
with your,
based on that, I'm going to say it's out of order.
I think we're going to disagree, and that's okay, because I think we're also too wanting the question clarified. So with that, I'm going to make motion to table to the July 27, 2016 BC meeting.
There's a motion to table, takes precedence. Is there support on motion to table?
Second.
Motion to table by Lisa, second by David. There's no discussion on a table item. On motion to table, there is no discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? I'm going to call it as passed. I'm not sure that everyone responded, but I didn't hear anything in abstentions or in a negative response. Motion carries to table this item. Thank you.